Hey everyone, welcome back to the Anchored Aviator. We are anchored in faith while learning to fly. It's been a minute since I posted a video. Things have been kind of crazy, kind of busy, but I just want to give you an update, and I do plan on posting more, I promise. But it's been kind of crazy, but I want to give you an update on where I am and what's going on. A lot has happened in the past month. When we first met, or last time we met, I had found a private certified flight instructor who was going to train me in a Diamond DA-40, and so that has fallen through. Basically, the plane was going to be for sale. Planes are kind of show better when they're being flown instead of sitting. I was going to be the person putting those hours on that plane while being trained in it. Guy decided to just go ahead and sell the plane outright, but it is what it is. This is part of aviation that I'm quickly discovering that things change quickly. So I have found a flight school. I have a great instructor, and I've started flight training. I have like 8 hours already, and it's going really great. He's great at scheduling. He can work around my schedule, my work schedule, everything. I'm training in a Cessna 150, very small plane. I like it because I can feel the controls. I can feel the wind when the wind's blowing. So it's making it challenging, but making me become a better pilot, because I can feel these things. So that's a good thing. That's going great. Let me go forward. Let me go back a little bit. So as everyone knows, I've been doing the Pilot Institute ground school along with freepilottraining.net. Sorry. Like them both. Pilot Institute, again, like I've said before, goes super in depth. It's great. The instructor's named Greg. He has a little bit of a French accent, which I think helps a lot because it's very distinguishable, and his accent sticks in your brain. I'll get to why that's important in a second. Been going through the ground school, and I said before how I was having problems or issues with like altitude, some of the like density altitude, things like that just weren't clicking, weren't going. What I've discovered is that this is kind of, and I'm equating it to math when you're in elementary school. 1 + 2 leads to 2 - 1, builds to 2 × 2, builds to 4 divided by 2, kind of builds on everything. At the beginning, I was struggling with the altitude things, with density altitude, which is corrected for correction. Hard to explain. Pressure altitude is altitude corrected for pressure. Density altitude is the corrected pressure corrected for temperature. As I'm going through the course and start getting into a lot of the in-depth and involved things in the course, I discovered that it's like math. That was the little early beginning, but now we're building on it. It started to click. Everything started to click. It was great. Like I felt so good, like with these things clicking. I started really running through the course like quickly. There's a little percentage bar, shows, course completion. Let's get up there, 72, 82, 90, like 100. And then after each section of the course, there's practice exams. You have to score a certain amount on those before you can actually move on to the next exam, which builds you up to Pilot Institute's final exam, where you have to score 80 or better on 2 before you can even get your endorsement. You have to have an endorsement to take the written test. Got through it, taking the exams. Exams are going great. Got to my first practice exam, scored an 82, which is passing, but I wanted to do better. Went back, and it shows you what questions you missed. And what Pilot Institute does great is that it has an explanation video. So you can click the video, it will take that question. Greg will go through that certain question, walk you through it, how to determine, how to eliminate wrong answers, which helps a lot, but you don't want to get into memorization. You want to understand the material. So review the question, review the answer, go back to that chapter, review the chapter, review that section, just so you can get an understanding of it. So I did that. Took the test again, 91. Great. Waited a day, took another one, 93. Perfect, we're good. Took the freepilottraining.net exam, which they need an exam for an endorsement too. You have to pass an exam. To get their endorsement, took it, got 100. Blew it away. Loved it. Got both endorsements, which is great. Free Pilot Training endorsement and the Pilot Institute endorsement I have here somewhere as well. Pilot Institute endorsement, which is great. Also went on to ASA, took their exam. You have to score high twice, passed it, scored high, scheduled my written. I was ready to go. In my head, I was ready to go. Night before. Not cramming, not anything. It's the night before the written. Come down here, just kind of looking. Pilot Institute has its own social where you can talk about your exam, talk about your training, talk about, have questions, things like that. They do a great job with that. So I'm looking on the social people that have recently taken the exam, and they are all posting, that their true exam is nothing like the practice exams, any practice exams. That the practice exam, or the real exam, is basically you have to know how to fly, maneuvers, landing into the wind, soft field landings, which is landing on anything basically other than asphalt. Got nervous, got a little pit in my stomach, like Pilot Institute, touched on it, not a whole lot, touched on it. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? So I start just a little bit of research, nothing much, looking into what people were saying, just kind of getting a quick overview of soft field landings, what's important about them, protecting the nose gear. You don't want to land in the nose gear, sink into dirt. Landing with crosswinds, what you do with your wings, what you do with your rudder, your ailerons, like everything. I'm like, okay, breeze through that, kind of took that into account, thinking, we'll see. The test is supposed to be broken down. If there's 8 sections, quote me on that. Like if there's 8 sections, 3 to 5 questions on aerodynamics, 3 to 5 questions on plotting, 3 to 5 questions on altitude, 3 to 5 questions on airspace. It's supposed to be broken in segments. Test morning, nervous, to drive about 45 minutes to the nearest testing facility. Get there, things get strange. It's me and one other guy testing. Lady's super helpful at the desk. I have my E6B flight computer, I have my plotter, I have my CX3 computer, which you can use. Thinking I'm going to be plotting, I'm going to be magnetic headings, I'm going to have to plot all this stuff. Lady takes us back to the room, gives us everything that we need to not do. You cannot move your mouth. I'm a person that wants to talk through myself, questions if I don't understand, let me talk through them. You will think you're cheating if you move your mouth. Don't do anything crazy, don't do this, that. It was strange. Either way, you have to empty your pockets, nothing in your pockets. The only thing I take back was this, and they give you this book, which is the supplement. Test questions are based off of everything in this book. It has a nice little chart supplement that kind of goes over airspace. Some of the answers, are in here. Start taking the test. First question, soft field landings. Pit in my stomach. Go through, think I found the best answer, roll through. 60 questions on the test. You have to score 70 or better to pass. And FAA has thrown in 5 extra questions that they're like sample questions that they're testing. They're not supposed to count towards your score. I'm not sure how that works, but so I go through, forgetting about that, get to question 60, not feeling great about the test. I go back all the way to the beginning, run through the test again. I do it differently. I read the answers, kind of like Jeopardy. Read the answers. What are they asking? That helped me through some. I literally was, okay, so I'm flying this way, headwinds this way, at 280, however I'm looking at it, or the wind's coming in at 280. What's the plane going to do if I'm landing? What do I need to do? Lower the wing into the wind. I'm walking through, and I can hear Greg's French accent in my head. Write it out. because he wants you to write it out. Wrote some things out, helped a ton. Didn't feel good about the test. Get to question 60, hit next. Oh, there's 5 more questions because I forgot there's 65 questions on the test. The last 5 questions were almost word for word from the practice exams. I had 1 plotting question, 0 weight and balance questions, 2 airspace questions, and the rest were kind of scenario based. Like you really had to think through it. Walked out not feeling great. To be honest, like did not think I was gonna have remedial training with my CFI to one of the sections that I missed, because they give you a printout of sections you missed. It doesn't tell you the questions, but it tells you kind of like, oh, this was under airspace or this was under aerodynamics. It's like little subsections. Walk out. I'm at the counter. The other guy actually finished 35 minutes before I did. About the time I was going back through. I was in there about an hour, 15 hour, 20 minutes. You have 2 hours. I wanted to utilize the time as best as I could. I fasted before I prayed, before I just went in like hoping it was good. Didn't feel good walking out. So I'm asking the lady, oh, how does it look? You know, what do I need to do? Like, and she's not saying a whole lot. And she's having some issues with the computer. She can't pull my test up. I'm like, oh, great. I'm gonna have to take this thing again. What is gonna happen? Like, I'm nervous, not thinking I did well. So she calls like PSI who facilitates the exam. She's like, I just had this person take the test. I can't find him. They walk her through it. She's like, there it is. She looks at me and says, congratulations. I passed. I didn't pass as high as I wanted to. I scored an 83 on my report. Missed 9 questions, all different sections. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to review those, go through. But I passed. I scored an 83. I passed, which is great. I felt good walking out. Like I was really overwhelmed actually with emotion because I did not think I did well. I really walked through a lot of questions in my head. I took my time. I think going back and doing it backwards, doing the questions backwards, looking for the question instead of the answer helped a lot. But just go in and review those things. If you're doing Pilot Institute, there is a section on Pilot Institute that is not coursed in. It's part of the course and you can see it on the course. I don't know if I can have it on here. But there's tabs at the top, and it is on here, okay. That you can see on desktop. You can't see them on the app. But if you can see, this section circled is at the top of the courses. Courses are on the side. Landings, radio communication, maneuvers, basic things they went over. Pilot Institute also has a maneuvers course that's not counted towards your percentage of completion. If you're doing Pilot Institute, go through those. The answers are there. They have all the information there. I'm extremely thankful for Pilot Institute. And just because I passed doesn't mean it's over. I'm still going to continue to go through. I'm going to continue to read my books. I'm going to continue to have that information because I need that information for my check ride when it comes up. Your check ride is your oral exam with a designated pilot examiner. It's a 2 to 3 hour oral where he can ask you basically anything from the Pilot's Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge. This is kind of like the whole deal. I will go through all these courses again on Pilot Institute as many times as I need to. I need 40 hours minimum to take the check ride. I can only be released when my CFI thinks I'm released. Training's going really well. Flight training is going really well. Excuse me. It's going great. A lot of turns, a lot of maneuvers, working the pattern now. I'm doing all the radio communications at this point. So it's all coming together. That helps too. If you can fly while you're doing this, do a little bit of this, start flying. It helps things. You can understand what you're doing, wind and heading directions. You could have a wind at 180 at 3 knots with a true airspeed of 82 knots with a variation of 6 degrees east. you can feel it, and it helps it make sense more with what you're doing. In the plane with that, I don't think if I would have had that in the plane experience when I took this test, just even the 7 or 8 hours that I have, it helped me to walk through some of those questions mentally, with wind, with landings, with maneuvers, because I started to do that. Sitting here and watching a video on it, you don't feel it. So if you can get in your ground school or your flight school while you're doing this, I think it helps. Towards the end of this, do it, because you're gonna, like I said, it builds and adds to. It's gonna help tremendously being in the plane, in the cockpit, being in that seat and controlling the plane. That's gonna help a ton. We go back to another good thing. The old instructor that I had that wasn't able to complete my flight training helped me submit for my student pilot license, which I received, and I have, because you need that to do your solos. You'll have to do solos when you're training. You need a student's license. I got that done. My written's taken care of. The weight off of that, I put a lot of weight on that, was tremendous when she said you passed. It was very overwhelming. That weight is lifted a lot. So it's big. Know the material. Understand the material. Don't know it. Understand it. You want to be a safe pilot out there. I want to be a safe pilot. And there's a lot going on in the plane that I didn't realize, even flying with my buddy a lot. He's in command most of the time, but when I'm training, I'm the pilot in command. And my flight instructors just kind of do this, do that. This is how you do it. We did some Dutch rolls, which I wasn't ready for. Kind of like this, but keeping the plane straight. So you're flying and you're doing this in the plane, but keeping the nose straight. I'm a little seasick. Not to a bad point, but I just wasn't ready for it. The second time we did them, I was fine. I think it's just your body getting to that. But with that being said, I came home and wanted to know why that was happening. Jumped on Pilot Institute, went to the aeromedical factors, learned about what's going on in your ear that causes it. Really neat stuff. I love it. I love it. I can't say it any better than that. It is the most rewarding thing that I've done for myself, especially at my age. It makes me feel a little bit younger again, that I can retain this information, that I can get myself healthy to do this. It's great stuff. So read this, Pilot's Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge, or the PHAK. Also, the Airplane Flying Handbook, which I'm diving into now. Goes through all those maneuvers, goes through all those landings, goes through wind, pattern work, goes through everything. You don't have to buy them. If you get Pilot Institute, or most of your ground school sporties, whatever you're doing, they usually come free downloads. I've mentioned before, I like tangibly having it so I can highlight and mark up the book and do all that. But yeah, things are going great. Things are going good. I plan on really sitting down and doing this more. It's just been, like I said, it's been a little hectic, been a little crazy. So I don't want to take too much of your time. With that, we're going to end. I have found a devotional, God's little instruction book for men, that I had when I was in the military. And just flipping through it, opened up to this page, and it is, defeat is not the worst of failures. Not to have tried is the true failure. I felt defeated walking out before I got the pass. I did. I felt defeated. I felt like all the time and work I put in was kind of for nothing. But God was there. I walked through it. You have to have confidence in yourself when you're doing it. You have to really push and dig in. So hope to that 1 Joshua verse 9. This is my command. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord is with you wherever you go. Wherever you go. Whatever you're doing. He blesses those who put in the work, who are obedient, and who take the time. That's all I can say on that. If you guys have any questions, please drop it. Like this video. Share it. Get it out there. People to know that. one little side note, real quick. So Pilot Institute, I went on that social, and when you complete it, they have a little section that you can complete, give feedback and everything. I gave feedback on what I felt about the exam, what wasn't covered. That little section should be included into the course completion, because that's what FAA is clearly moving towards. Not so much plotting and charting, but scenario-based real life world stuff, which will make people better pilot. I think it's a great thing. I did that, went on there, did that, actually went on the forum, posted and agreed with what other people were posting about the test. It was broken like 30 some questions about maneuvers, windage, things like that. Wind and maneuvers. Wind is a big part of the course, but wind and maneuvers, which is not. The next day, Greg sent an email out from Pilot Institute, seeing everyone's concerns, and they are completely updating their test bank questions to be more geared towards the scenario-based training. So they're listening too. There's going to be big updates coming from them too. I'm so thankful for Pilot Institute. I'm thankful for my flight school. I'm thankful for everything that's happening right now, and it's good stuff. So if you're in it, you have questions, please reach out to me. I'm way further than I was last time we talked, and I'm planning on keeping you guys updated a little bit more. My wife's even on me about it. So yeah, just if you have any questions, anything if you just want to chat, talk, I'm pretty free in the evenings, so I can get to you. So like, share this video to anybody you know that might be thinking about this, or to anybody in general would be great. But thank you, Pilot Institute, for everything you've done, and I'm going to share this with them too, and just keep on keeping on. Bless you guys. Have a great day, a great rest of your week, and we will see you hopefully next week. Talk to you later.